Good morning, good morning. I'm a little mad at myself because I, for some reason, thought today was Tuesday, not Wednesday, only because I thought trash was coming tomorrow. So I was going to wait to put like two of the larger cardboard boxes that I have. I was like, oh, I'll put them out tomorrow with trash. No, today is trash. So I just missed it, but it's fine. I'll go put them in there now for next week. Get ready, because this is year 6 of daily vlogging. I just saw that it was, oh wait, my Be Real thing just went off. 1 second. I'm watching some Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party videos from this year, since I'll be going in a few weeks. Yay! I realized that this weekend will mark 2 weeks until my brother and I will be at Disney, which is very exciting. But what I was saying is, so it was, I guess, 3 years. That sounds crazy. No. Is it really 3? I guess it was. It was 3 years ago. Facebook reminded me it was 3 years ago that I was moving into my Vancouver apartment. And I will say that is, I miss the view from that apartment. And just, that was a great, like, complex to live in. So there is, I think there will always be a part of me that does like miss and cherish that part of my life, because that, just that part was such like a highlight of like school and college, like in Vancouver, and the city itself was just amazing. So I'm very relieved, because my brother doesn't watch these, but Brayden, in case if you're watching this, skip past this clip because I'm talking about what I ordered you for your birthday. So just skip past it. Anyway, I ordered my brother a Magic Band Plus that has the Millennium Falcon like design, or a Millennium Falcon design, because I want him to be able to interact with it in Galaxy's Edge, because you can like play this whole like bounty hunter game. It's really cool. So, but I realized, I was like, I gotta make sure, I gotta see if that's shipped, because I hadn't gotten an email. And like, granted, we still have 2 weeks, but I was like we're ready. Like I wanted to make sure. So thankfully it has shipped. And in fact, I think it should be here before the end of this month. So I don't have to worry about not having it or anything like that. So that's a relief. I will say it's one of those things that like, I'm so excited for the trip, because it's been, what was the last time I went? April? I gotta check, hang on. March. I have not been since March, which doesn't say much considering that, you know, many people don't go more than once every 2 to 5 years if they go at all. But having an annual pass, I'm like, wow. But I told myself I wouldn't go during the summer in general, even if COVID wasn't a thing, because it's just way too hot there. So I'm very, very glad. So you know what? I'm curious. I'm going to do the math. I'm going to do the math right now, the rough math, and see if I will break even after this trip. If I will break even on, like, just from ticket prices. If I will break even on how much I spent on the ticket. I think I will. So not counting tax for what I paid on the annual pass, or, okay, I know this isn't mine. I know there's a giant truck, like a budget truck outside, but I know this is not going to me. I think they're bringing it to the neighbors next door. I think that's what's going on. It better be, because I was like, I did not order anything. That's the house they keep looking at. So anyway, so not counting tax on what I paid for the annual pass, or the math that I just did for each of the park tickets, I definitely made, I paid for my annual pass plus about $600. So that's great. So yeah, the math for how many times that I went, including this upcoming trip, was just about $2,000. As I said, that doesn't include tax. So, or I guess, wait, that math is sort of wrong then. $700, basically. No, it is, I can't do math. It is 600 approximately. The thing is, though, is like so when I bought the annual pass, it was $1,299. If I renew the pass by September 11th, I get to pay $1,104 because of Disney's ever so gracious, very minor discount. I mean, it's something, but it's not phenomenal considering the pass is over $1,000 to begin with. And that's the only pass that's available for out-of-state park visitors, which and 3 out of 4 of them, of the annual passes, aren't available right now. So the thing is I have to, I'm pretty decided, because with everything going on in the world, I really don't think I will take, I would take like a 2-day trip maybe and pay for the 2-day trip potentially, but I don't think it would be, with everything going on in the world, I don't think I would take as many trips as I did. To say, I only took, including this trip coming up, it'll be 5 trips, but one of those trips was only like a day, that I went back in March for a day, and I hit like 3 out of 4 of the parks. But yeah, so it's just, it's not worth it. But basically, Disney hasn't brought back the annual passes just yet. We don't know when they're going to return. They haven't announced when they're going to return, and they didn't even really announce why they took 3 out of 4 of the passes away. So once September 11th passes, my opportunity is gone until they come back, and who knows when that would be. I am so excited. You have no idea. So I just decided, I'm literally starting work right now, but all of my posts are prep posts today. So needless to say, anyway, I decided to check what dining availability there was available while my brother and I were going to be on our trip. Just wondering if anything would pop up. And I was able to snag us an 8:30 p.m. reservation on Saturday night at Oga's Cantina in Galaxy's Edge. And that place is so notoriously, from what I've heard, so hard to get reservations for, especially if you don't get them 60 days before your trip. So the fact that I was able, not only that, they had like a 9:05 a.m. one that I originally booked because I didn't know if I'd be able to find us a later one. And then I did find the later one, so I canceled the other one. So I got us a reservation there, so he'll be able to see it, and I'll be able to see it because I've never been in there. And then I also asked him, I was like, hey, like, would you be open to me, like, if we could dine at, like, if we could get lunch at the Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater, because I've always wanted to, like, eat there just because it seems so cool. And he was like, oh, yeah, like, for sure. So I got us a reservation for that on Sunday at, like, 12:25. I'm over the moon. I can tell they are stretching for content for me today, because 5 of the 7 preps are for Disney Plus Day, which happens on September 8th. And the other 2 are for Hocus Pocus 2 on Disney Plus. That doesn't happen until September 30th. I have more exciting news. I'm so excited. So I just got a C-mail message on Actors Access that I have been requested for an in-person audition for that audition that I did that is for like the Stranger Things experience that's happening in Atlanta. I'm so excited. I'm trying not to get my hopes up though, because yes, I know this is the second round, but the live auditions or in-person auditions are between September 5th and the 7th. And then callbacks are on the 8th. I don't know if callbacks are in person or virtual, regardless. So I don't want to get my hopes up because there's still 2 more rounds to basically go through to get to callbacks and then get to be cast. But I'm really excited that this next round is in person and I can show them who I am and my personality. And I'm just really, really crossing my fingers because I think this would be amazing. But if it's not meant for me, this will be one of those that if I don't end up getting it, it will be clear to me that, like, you know what, that just wasn't meant to be. That just wasn't meant for you. But if I do get it, I feel like it'll be meant to be. So if you don't mind crossing your fingers for me. I'm still waiting to hear when my actual in-person audition will be. I know it'll be between those dates, but I'm waiting for like the location. They said that'll be confirmed by the end of the week and all that stuff. So, but yeah, if you can cross your fingers for me, I really appreciate it. I am so mad at the fact that so many times people can shoot something with an incredible camera, but the story is crap. Like, they do the bare minimum for story. I'm like, you have something that so many of us wanted. A good camera, like, professional quality, incredible, like, work, whatever. And you don't even put a good story with it. Like, it could have been a good story, but you didn't do all of the work that you should have to make it work. Like, it frustrates me to no end. I was assigned more films to watch for the film festival that I'm doing stuff for. And it's so upsetting because, like, if you had just spent more time, if you had just, like, this film in particular is like 10, nearly 11 minutes long. That's less of the time than Ace, or that's more. That's like, sorry. It's a minute or two more than Ace's, right? That's also like 7 minutes less than Christmas You copy that I did, right? I'm like, you can put a story in there. You don't. So frustrating. What I'm watching right now too is very clearly and I looked, the director / creator is the lead character in this one. And I'm like, yeah, I see what you did. You just wanted to give yourself an opportunity to put yourself in something that's going to look good. I completely respect that. But it's a fail because the story isn't there. There could be so much more there. And instead you just focused on the way that things look. It pains me too when, like, it sounds like there's such potential and then you watch it. Anyway, I watched over half of the new ones that I've been assigned. But the ones that are left are the longer ones. So I did that to myself. So I'm at least going to watch 2 more of those tomorrow. There's an estate sale that popped up that has, like, an insane amount of, like, cool antiques. It's sort of far from me now that I live where I live. There's a lot of, like, new towns and stuff. So anything that's, like, 40 minutes away from me is, like, close. Anyway, so I'm going to go check that out. I plan on waking up early enough tomorrow that I can head to the store before the taste test that I have at 11:15. Yay. So there's that. So my plan is store, go to taste test, go to the estate sale, and come back here. So yeah, I don't have work tomorrow or Friday, so I'm gonna head to bed. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all.